Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, a human being want to achieve so much, want to be so much. All of that, a person think that by doing all that, by achieving all that, I shall be able to call myself, I shall be known as a successful person, as a happy person. And as far these successes are concerned, achievement of the goals, of the targets, and all of that is meant for the sake of happiness. The basic purpose, the very basic of the purpose is actually the happiness, the satisfaction. And today we are going to talk about this happiness and the satisfaction because that is actually the prime goal of a human being, and that is actually the crux of the matter. Whatever we are struggling, whatever we are striving for, the actual aim and the target is not having a very good car, is not having a very good, very nice house, or the luxurious clothing and the food of our choice, fine dining. All of that is not the real purpose. The most real purpose is that of the happiness, and happiness is going to be discussed and debated upon in our today's discussion. And here we will talk a specific philosophy. This philosophy is of Epicurus. Epicurus was an ancient Greek philosopher, an ancient Greek philosopher whose name was Epicurus. He have a philosophy of the happiness. He actually his prime aim was to discover the way to become happy person, and for that reason he became very popular not only in the Greece, rather in the whole of the Europe. And today, as for the Epicurus philosophy is concerned, there are reasonably good number of the people, particularly in the Western Europe, who are following the philosophy of the Epicurus, and that is obviously to become a happy person, to live a happy life, to live a satisfied life. Dear friends and fellows, look, three timeless lessons on happiness from ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus. Three timeless lessons on happiness from ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus. First of all, Epicurus says, limit your desires. Limiting your desires, very, very important indeed, because the more unlimited our desires are, the more dissatisfied, the more unhappy we will be, because the achievement will be very little and the aim and the target will be very big. And now the bigger gap between the reality and our desires, this will bring us a kind of dissatisfaction, unhappiness, or anxiety, whatever you call it. Now here the Epicurus says that limit your desires. Epicurus has divided. There are three category of the desires. The first is natural and necessary. Natural and necessary desires. What are those? These are actually the very basic needs. The very basic needs, like the primary food, the basic food, and obviously the basic clothing and the basic shelter. And that is the first category of the desires, comprising the basic needs. And now there is a second one, that is also natural, but this is not necessary, rather it is unnecessary. What is that? By the way, it is the gourmet food, and it is the luxury clothing or dressing. So the two are the this second category, that this category, it is natural, but it is unnecessary, and it is not necessary at all. Now there is a third one as well. The third is absolutely the third category of the desires. This is absolutely vain and empty. Vain and empty. And what is that, by the way? It is the fame and the excessive amount of wealth. This fame and the excessive amount of wealth, that is vain and empty desire. I think if at all we stay away from this, we will be a far better person, we will be a far more happier person, we will be a far more satisfied person. So this actually does not allow us to become a happy person, to become a satisfied person, because these people are always competing others, always competing others, to become even more wealthy, to become even more famous person. So these were the three categories of the desires of a human being. Here, Epicurus says that limit your desires and restrict yourself to the level of the basic one, the natural and the necessary, like the basic food, like the basic dressing, and of course the basic shelter or the housing. Number two, he says the second thing which are very important according to the Epicurus, if we want to live a happy and a satisfied life, this is cherish relationships. Relationships are very important. Of course, a human being can never live a happy life without this relationships. Relationships are really important. We need to pay attention to that. We need, if you don't pay attention to the relationships, we cannot lead a good and a happy life at all, my dear friends and fellows. And for that reason, I think that we need to make our relationship more and more positive one, more and more positive one, more and more healthy relationship. And if at all there is any absolutely a toxic relation, I think that we need to get rid of all that. But one thing is there, that without the relationship nobody can ever live a happy and a satisfied life, because we, the humans, are the social animals. We cannot live in isolation, and we do have to establish the relationship with the people. Now the third is reflection is key to a happy life. Reflection is a key to a happy life. And reflect gain self-awareness through reflection on thoughts, emotions, and experiences, what brings you joy and satisfaction. Make informed choices, gain self-awareness by reflection. We need to get ourselves aware of ourselves by reflecting upon what we have been thinking, how I think, what are my emotions, and what are my experiences. We need to reflect upon it for the purpose of gaining awareness about ourselves, for the purpose of understanding ourselves better. And and also we need to think what bring us joy and satisfaction, so that we could make the informed choices. Now the next thing, Epicurus says, manage stress and anxiety. It is also about reflection. It is also about reflection, because the reflection is key to a happy life. Manage stress and anxiety. How a regular reflection can act as a therapeutic tool. A regular reflection on a daily basis, it means it can act as a therapeutic tool, helping you manage stress and anxiety. It helps us a lot in management of the stress and the anxiety. As far the reflection is concerned, it helps us a lot in managing stress and anxiety, dear friends. And now also Epicurus, also this reflection, see reflection is key to happy life. Set and achieve goals, set and achieve goals. And obviously the last is appreciate life's blessing, appreciate the blessings of life, because whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has gifted and granted to us, it must be appreciated, must be appreciated a lot. Because unless and until we do this, we can never become a happy and a satisfied person, my dear friends and fellows. This is how I think that this is the philosophy of the Epicurus, to lead a happy life. And the three timeless lessons on happiness from ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus. And a very quick revision of all that: limit your choices, desires, mean, and that is the basic desires, obviously the food, the clothing, and the shelter. And avoid the unnecessary, like gourmet food, like luxury clothing. And then absolutely avoid vain and empty desire of fame and wealth. The next is cherish reflection, cherish relationships. And the third and the last is reflection is key to a happy life. That is all really important. If at all we want to lead a happy life, that was a great philosophy of the Epicurus. And three timeless lessons to lead a happy life according to the ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus.